As Frasier Season 2 continues to air, Kelsey Grammer reveals how he wants the show to end. Aside from reprising the role of Frasier Crane, the actor is also involved in the behind-the-scenes work for the new series, spearheading the endeavor long before Paramount Plus picked it up. Despite the success of Cheers and the original Settle series, it surprisingly took Grammer longer to get the project up and running, especially after David Hyde Pierce turned down the opportunity to return as Niles. Despite that, the first 10 episodes of Frasier proved to be good enough to warrant a renewal. Speaking with the New York Times, Grammer reveals his dream finale for the Frasier Reboot. Dubbed as the final act of the character, as he rebuilds his life in Boston with his grown-up son, Freddie, the actor has a somewhat surprising answer. Despite a definitive ending for his character, Grammer says he wants to end the Paramount Plus Frasier with the idea that Frasier still has a new adventure to tackle. Read his full quote below. How Grammer can achieve his Frasier Reboot ending goal. Perhaps Frasier can move back to Seattle? The Frasier Season 1 ending could have actually doubled as a great send-off for Grammer's snooty therapist-turned-Harvard educator. In the outing, he celebrated his very first Christmas back in Boston, with a special appearance from Perry Gilpin's Roz. His relationship with Freddie was great again, which was the primary reason for his return to the East Coast anyway. That said, it wouldn't be the perfect ending that Grammer wants. The actor is looking to leave Frasier at a place where there's still life ahead of him, even though the Frasier Reboot is billed as his final act. Ultimately, Grammer is looking to recreate the original ending for Frasier's Seattle series. In the Cheers spin-off, the then radiotherapist wrapped up his time in his home state for a new adventure in San Francisco, which ended up being in Chicago. This means that the revival's ending can see the character once again moving for personal reasons. Perhaps Frasier decides to be closer to family in the Pacific Northwest. Otherwise, he can also stay in Boston, but be married. Whatever the case may be, Grammer wants to leave Frasier in a place that still has a lot of potential for his future. Our take on how the new Frasier must end. Frasier needs a life partner. Frasier Crane, Kelsey Grammer, tells Freddie, Jack Cutmore Scott, that he supports his idea of becoming a firefighter in Frasier, 2023, Season 2 Episode 1 image via Paramount Plus. The original Frasier ending is one of the best comedy series finales in my opinion. Considering Grammer's preference, however, on how the new show must end, I think the only way it can work is if Frasier's current life calls for another big change for the character. His romances are a big part of his narrative from the moment he was introduced in Cheers. At this point, seeing Frasier finally find a life partner is the best way to wrap up his arc. Whether that happens by the end of Frasier Season 2, however, is currently uncertain.